The Leon County Sheriff's Office currently has 7 homicide cold cases that will never be considered closed until they're solved, including the murder of Albert E. Seaburg, a man simply known as Uncle Al to family and friends. September 1997. 71-year-old Albert E. Seaburg of Elmhurst, Illinois, is making his way to Fort Lauderdale to visit his niece. Seaburg stops in the capital city, a stop that proves fatal. The reunion with his niece, it never happens.
September 4th, 1997, officers responded to invested in motel off Graves Road. There they located Mr. Seaburg deceased inside his hotel room.
Albert E. Seaburg was born on March 4th, 1926 in Chicago, Illinois. His dad, Edwin Seaburg, died in the historic Glidden factory explosion in Chicago in 1935. His deaths inspiring Albert to follow in his father's footsteps and become an engineer.
He was a civil engineer for the government. He worked at Great Lakes Naval Base in northern Illinois.
He helped design the first nuclear power plant in Dresden, Illinois.
Losing his dad also motivated Seaburg to be a strong family man, treating his only sister Ruth's kids, his 3 nieces and 1 nephew, like his own children.
He was our mother's brother. He didn't have children of his own, and we lost our father very young. So he was like a father to us.
For young kids, he took us on a lot of trips. We didn't have a father, so he basically took over that role. He wasn't married or had any kids, so he had time to devote to us.
So a 19-hour drive more than 1,000 miles away to visit his niece Gail was not out of the ordinary for Uncle Al.
I think he was just most comfortable getting in his car anytime he wanted to and going for a trip. You know, he liked being on the road and driving.
On his trip, Seaburg was traveling to Fort Lauderdale to help tie up some financial loose ends for an aunt and uncle that had passed away when he made the stop in Tallahassee.
My brother Bobby called me, and he said, he could barely speak to tell me what happened. And he's like, "Are you sitting down?" I'm like, "No, just tell me what happened." And he said, "Uncle Al."
I said it took me half an hour to gather myself to even drive to go see my mom. And I was the one that made the calls to all the other sisters. And each one of them was just floored and inconsolable. He was that close to us. We had close daily contact.
There were witnesses on scene. There was evidence collected, but just not enough to substantiate probable cause to make an arrest.
That scene was here on this lot where the Best Inn Motel used to sit off of Monroe Street and Graves Road. Detectives from the Leon County Sheriff's Office initially said it was a botched robbery attempt, possibly by 2 young white men seen casing the area in a mid-'80s white Honda. They released this sketch at the time of a person of interest, but 17 years later and still no answers.
I mean, it may never be solved, but and who knows, they could have been. People that were responsible could already be behind bars somewhere for another crime. We're not sure of that, but I mean, it would be kind of nice just to know that these are the ones that were responsible for that, for Uncle Al.
Sheriff's deputies continue to investigate what happened that September night, but still need help.
Exhausted every investigative lead that we've had thus far. That's making it a cold case. I can tell you that we have received information as recent as 2013 that we were able to follow up on, but at this time it's still an ongoing investigation.
And while the family waits for a day that may never come, they keep Uncle Al's spirit alive, clinging to memories.
We loved him so much, and we were all he had. It was just us kids and his sister, our mom. Our mom's gone now, so it's just us 4. I hate the fact that
there's nobody else to advocate for him. Right. So, I mean, and all that he has done for us in our lifetime, we wanted to give back in this way,
The family raised $25,000 with the help of the Leon County Sheriff's Office and Big Bend Crime Stoppers to offer a reward for any information that could lead to an arrest in Seaburg's murder. And if you have a story idea for the Insiders, send us an email at abc27news@wtxl.tv. Attention, the Insiders. George Godfrey, ABC 27, dedicated to you.